So let's go to the Boardwalk Honda hotline right now and welcome in to the Sports Bash. And, of course, your home for Flyers hockey, 97.3 ESPN. Down the shore, new Flyers GM Chuck Fletcher joins us now for a couple of minutes. Chuck, we appreciate you taking a couple of minutes on a busy day.
Yeah, no problem, Mike. I appreciate you having me on.
Well, this had to be out of nowhere, right? I mean, kind of out of the blue. You get this phone call, hey, you want to come be the GM of our franchise?
It was honestly pretty close to that. So, no, they, just a week ago, I was just out scouting, working for New Jersey. I had Ray Shero giving me a great opportunity to scout and be around the team and help out in Jersey. And I was out scouting, and I got a call from Ray first that I might be getting a call from Philadelphia. And about a day later, Paul Holmgren gave me a call and asked if I wanted to interview. And here we are, just literally a week later, and I'm in Philadelphia. So it was different. You often don't see situations mid-season like this in management, but I'm very thankful and excited about the opportunity.
All right, so you come in, you have a team that clearly is been on this path, and some of the conversation was, well, it's not moving fast enough. Outside looking in, and now that you're in the building, what excites you about this roster?
There are a lot of good players. Obviously we have probably 4 or 5 top-end players right at the top of the roster that have been here for a while and are clearly established in this league. But yet you look and the future's bright too. There's a lot of good young players. There's a young defenseman already on the team that are playing, and then there's a bounty of very nice prospects, percolating underneath, whether it's in junior college or in Lehigh Valley. So, this franchise is set up nicely. I think you got to give a lot of credit to Ron Hakstol, who kind of patiently built this. And, whether you look at cap space or prospects or draft picks, the situation this is situated very well for the long term. And right now we have to find a way to become a little bit more competitive this season.
Talking with new Flyers GM Chuck Fletcher here on the Boardwalk Honda hotline. So when you kind of look over and do an overview look of this roster, what do you think this team might be lacking?
For the most part, I'll reserve judgment on that until I get to know the team a little bit better, because what you see from the outside isn't necessarily the reality once you get inside. But I will say that most teams that make the playoffs are in the top half of the league in goals against, and we're down towards the bottom. There's been a couple of tough games. There's been some unfortunate injuries. There's certainly some circumstances that have negatively and probably unfairly impacted that goals against average. But we do have to find a way to give up fewer goals, and whether that's through better goaltending, better defensive play in front, better health, and more likely all of the above. But that has to happen for any team, not just the Philadelphia Flyers. And but again, there's a lot of good pieces. We added a new assistant coach, Rick Wilson, who I'm familiar with from Minnesota, and who knows Dave Hakstol very well. So I think it'll be a good fit on a lot of fronts. And I think Rick can come in and make a positive impact in the short term.
I know you got to run. I got 2 quick ones for you. You mentioned Rick Wilson. I did a station out in North Dakota. They're in a panic out there. They're afraid that the coach might be gone. Do you plan on giving the coach the rest of the season? Is he going to get full? Is he under evaluation? Do you come in saying this is our coach? How do you view the coaching situation?
Well, everybody's under evaluation, including me. I mean, that's just the reality of this business. I was just evaluated last May in Minnesota, and they told me to thank you. And things happen in this business. It's a finite job for all of us, but everyone's being evaluated. But he's going to absolutely get a fair look, and I respect Dave Hakstol. I like him. Again, we just made a change to the coaching staff, and there's been some other moves this week, and there's been a lot for the players to get to understand. And right now, we want to stabilize. We want to find solutions in house, and hopefully they're there. But our goal is to make the playoffs.
Now, last one for you. I know, Chuck, we appreciate you jumping on. I know you're short on time. You mentioned you got to cut down the goals. In my lifetime, I don't know that I've seen a Flyers goaltender that the fan base has really felt good about. Is that an area that you feel needs to be looked at immediately, is the goaltending spot?
Well, we have to stabilize it immediately through health, and if we can't get healthy, then we're going to have to absolutely look at solutions. But three of our goaltenders our contracts are up at the end of this year. So I mean, certainly it's a situation that has to be dealt with one way or the other. Whether it's immediately or in the summer. I mean, we have a lot of decisions to make in that position. But the first order of business is hopefully getting some better health. Anthony Stolarz has played some good games here, and maybe he can give us a shot in the arm. But there's opportunity, and we're hoping somebody can get healthy and grab it.
Chuck Fletcher, the new Flyers GM, spend a couple of minutes with us here on the Boardwalk Honda Hotline, and we'll have Flyers Buffalo Saturday before the Army-Navy game right here on 97.3 ESPN. Hey, Chuck, appreciate you taking a couple of minutes, pal.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.